Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here with a quite unexpected video for myself because I'm here with a summer knitting plans video. I have this new goal of mine to post a video every Sunday and I had a different video planned, but things didn't really turn out the way that they should have this week. I figured since I just planned all of my summer projects, I might as well show you what I intend on knitting this summer. I have 8 projects here, which is quite a lot. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to knit all of them, but maybe I will knit more than this. You never really know how it's gonna go. So I'm curious to see in the future, to look back on this video and see the projects that I actually ended up knitting and stuff like that. This video is specifically about also budgets, so with every project I'm going to be mentioning the price of the yarn, the price of the pattern. The prices I tried to find the non-sale prices, and also all of the prices exclude shipping, and just be aware that the prices of these items may change depending on where you live. And obviously also the projects that I chose as a summer knit may not be a summery knit for you, depending on where you live or just your personal preferences. And I think those are all of the little disclaimers that I have for you. And we can get started with the 8 summery projects that I have planned. The first project is a project that I feel like is the perfect in between, going from spring, winter to summer. And it's a cardigan. It's a free pattern by Drops Design. It's called the Whitewater Cardigan. It has a saddle shoulder and a lace chart in front, really big puffy sleeves, just really beautiful, just like my puffy sleeves today. And they are knitting it, I believe, in 2 strands of Drops Kid Silk. I'm personally not a big fan of Drops Kid Silk or Kid Silk mohair in general, so I would use store alpakka faerytale, and this is a 100% alpaca yarn and it's just super soft. I think this is a much nicer fabric compared to mohair, so I would really recommend this. Super soft, and they have lots of different colors. Now the price of this yarn, if you look on a website called Linde Hobby, it's like an international website, but depending on where you live, the name of the website changes, so I will link it down below and then see where you will go. But the price that they say is 10 euros per ball. For the drops pattern in my size, I would need 5 balls, so that's 50 euros. The second pattern is the Avery Vest. It's from a Russian designer that I cannot pronounce the name of, and I also keep forgetting her name. I'm already knitting this design, and so far it has not been the most enjoyable knit. It's also knit flat, so I don't really like that, but I still really wanted the finished product, so I decided to go for it. The pattern is also quite expensive. It's $12, which is around 11 euros 50. I will show you the one that I have so far, or what I'm working on. But it's a little vest with a lace chart. So here you can see the little lace. And it's really nice. I just don't love the pattern, and also the sizing is a little bit limited. So yeah, I do think this is a really nice transitional piece for the summer. But I'm not 100% sure about the pattern. I mean, I'm knitting it. Maybe I would knit it again. I have to see the end result first. But I'm just sharing it with you if you need some inspiration. It is knit in Concept by Katia, cotton merino, and it's extra fine merino. So it's a blow yarn, so it has like a fluffy, texture over I think a cotton core is how you would call it. I have 5 of these, which is what my size needs. You can get these for around 6 euros, so that would be 30 euros for this project. And then with that pattern of $12, it adds up to being 42 euros. But it is knit on 4.5 millimeter needles and quite a dense fabric. So it's gonna take quite a while, so I feel like then the more expensive a project is, the longer it should take, in my opinion. Pattern number 3 that I'm planning to knit is the Vilma top by Gregoria Fibers. This is not a pattern that has been released as of now while I'm filming this, but I'm posting this video on Sunday and that should actually be the release date. I saw a lot of people knitting this on Instagram and I just fell in love immediately that I bought the yarn for it, even though the pattern, like I mentioned, is not released yet. I saw someone on Ravelry that used 5 skeins and she made like a small or medium, so I just decided to get also 5 skeins. It is knit in filcolana Peruvian Highland wool. I got it in this color. It's a slightly purple, that's the name, but it's basically a lilac. And it's a really nice yarn. I've never used filcolana before, but it's, yeah, like I said, I really like it and it's quite affordable. It's a little bit more expensive than drops, but still affordable. Each ball is $4.50. So if I need 5 for my size, then that's €22.50. Now I looked on their website and almost all of their patterns are €7. So then the total for this project would be €29.50. So those are the more transitional pieces, because I feel like the Vilma top is something that would be really nice worn over a dress or a blouse, also on its own. But it's a more transitional piece. I can also see myself wearing that one in the winter. Now, these next projects are with cotton yarns or just really like tank toppy projects. So really summery in my opinion. The first project it's a pattern from Long Yarns. And it's in their Wooladdicts number 10 booklet. I believe this is one of their latest ones. These booklets are around €8. And if you don't like using free patterns, like from drops, or Filcolana has some, Novita, just like yarn brands usually have patterns on their website. Buying booklets like this, I mean also from a yarn brand, is a really nice option. Because, like I said, it's €8 and there are, I don't remember how many, but over 20 patterns in here. So you can do the math on that, how much that is for one pattern. Like 40 cents, basically. This is the top that I am planning to knit. It's a lacework top with a crochet collar, detail and then a little tie in the front. A really cute pattern. They are using their own yarn, obviously, because it's Long Yarns. They are using Long Yarns Sunshine, which is a cotton yarn. And it retails for, I believe, €8 per ball. So I looked for a substitute and found Drops Paris. This is a 100% cotton yarn. I believe this is what you call a worsted weight yarn. It's 5mm needles. Each ball is €1.30. But you can also often find it cheaper. I believe I paid like 90 cents per ball. Then I got 9 of these balls. So that would be €11.70. And then with the booklet, it adds up to being a project of €19.70. So almost €20. So that's a really nice budget-friendly option for you. The next top is also from the Russian designer and it's called the May Jumper. It is a beautiful lace with ruffle shoulders and more of a straight or like a boxy fit, and then the ruffles kind of continue along the side. I really like this pattern. I saw somebody knit it in Drops Paris, so I thought maybe I want to do that, but I actually had some Drops Muskat in my stash. This is also 100% cotton, but this is then like one size smaller than the Drops Paris. I have 8 of these balls. These usually are €2. So then you would need to spend €16. The pattern is also $12, so quite expensive. Then the total will be €28. Then the next pattern is a tank top. It's probably the most summery project out of all of these. This pattern is by Sari Nordlund. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I'm sorry. If you do, you can let me know in the comments and I will try to pronounce it better next time. This project is the least budget friendly because I'm using this hand-dyed yarn. I treated myself to this one a while ago and it's from the Neighbourhood Fiber Co. and it's the color Butcher's Hill. And I just have one skein of this because it's really expensive. It was 38 euros. And I'm going to try to squeeze the tank top out of one skein. Because you can imagine once you need 2 skeins, it really adds up. So that does really suck for people that are a bigger size. The more skeins you need, the more expensive it is. The pattern, like I said, is 6 euros. So in total it will be around 44 euros for this tank top. The next project that I have is a skirt. This is actually my own design that I kind of cast on a whim. I was planning to knit a drops skirt pattern and I casted it on like 3 times. Didn't work out, so I decided to make my own pattern. I'm hoping to knit it like super fast somehow and then have it tested and then have it still released this summer. But I don't know if it's gonna be possible. But I'm still sharing it nonetheless because it would be nice if you can also knit it this summer. Because keep in mind, it's not summer yet. It's the 2nd of June today. So, but it's gonna be a beautiful knitted skirt with a elastic waistband and some eyelets here. Then I did some increases and it's gonna be like almost to my ankles. I'm gonna knit it so that it covers like, you know, what it needs to cover in the opaque fabric. And then after that it's gonna have lots of lace. So it's gonna be a really beautiful skirt. I'm knitting this in Drops Paris in this cream color. But if you knit it at a bit of a looser gauge, the fabric that comes out of it is actually super soft and has like a nice drape to it. And it feels very cooling to the touch and I'm just really enjoying it. I bought 15 balls of this. I'm not sure how much I'm going to be needing. But if I use 15 and this is 130 per ball, then this project will be 19 euros and 50 cents. If I end up releasing the pattern, it will probably be like, you know, between 7 and 10 euros or something. So maybe one day you will be able to knit this skirt. I'm not sure. But I do have another skirt pattern that I would really like to knit. It has also not been released yet and I don't know when it's gonna be released. It's by Andy Knits, I believe is her name. And it's called the Dahlia Skirt. I saw this being mentioned on my favorite podcast, which is We Grow Wild. I always forget her name as well. I think it's Martina, but I'm not sure. So I'm really sorry. She is my favorite podcaster, but I'm just really bad at names. So it doesn't mean anything if I forget someone's name. She knit this in Drop Spell. And I saw that Drop Spell has a lot of beautiful colors. It's like a cotton, linen, viscose type of yarn. So let's say if you need 15 balls of Drop Spell and each ball is around 2 euros, then that project will be 30 euros. And I think their pattern is going to be maybe 10. So then it's 40 euros. And then you have a really beautiful skirt with eyelets and then she does like a picot edge on the bottom, which just adds a really nice and feminine touch. Also, I didn't mention what I'm currently wearing, but if you want to know more about it, it was in my previous knitting podcast. It's the Diva from Filcolana, which is a free pattern, which is why I wore it today to give you some inspiration. Because I would say this is also a nice summery knit that you can wear this summer, spring, whatever you desire. So yeah, those were all of the things that I am planning to knit this summer, kind of on a budget, kind of not really. I try to always look for yarns that are cheaper so that the total doesn't really add up so much. Because if you knit 2 or 3 projects every month, or maybe even just one, depending on how much money you have or, you know, your financial situation, knitting can get very expensive. But on a brighter note, it's summer or like it's becoming summer, and cotton yarns are definitely more affordable than woolens. So that's a plus. Let me know what you are going to knit this summer, and I will see you guys in the next video. Happy knitting and happy day. Bye bye!